What's up, guys? This is Chris and I'm back with more Everyday RC and the newest addition to my RC family, the Arrma Nero Big Rock 1/8 scale high performance monster truck. That's right, guys. For those of you that follow the channel know that I'm a big fan of high performance RC vehicles, especially when it comes to large scale monster trucks. And this is the second Arrma vehicle in my collection. The first Arrma vehicle I picked up was the Arma Italian, and that is a very durable vehicle and I was thoroughly impressed with it. So now that Arrma is on my radar, I was looking at some new releases that they came out with, and I've had my eye on the Nero since it first was released. And what really makes the Nero platform unique is what's called the diff brain. It basically allows you to lock and unlock the front, center, and rear differentials on this vehicle. I had my eye on it, but I was still on the fence because I knew there could be some potential mechanical issues with it, and some people have run into some issues, but it really makes this vehicle unique. Now, some people were comparing this Nero platform to the Traxxas E-Revo simply because they both utilize an inboard rocker arm suspension, which is very similar to Indy cars, high performance vehicles of that nature, and you really don't ever see it in a monster truck style vehicle. And the E-Revo, or the Revo platform, released under Traxxas, was the very first time we saw an inboard rocker arm style suspension. And a lot of people were saying that the Nero copied off of the Traxxas Revo simply because they're using the inboard rocker arm suspensions. But side by side, guys, you can see that they are both similar in size, but there are a lot of differences. Now, you're looking at my super upgraded Traxxas E-Revo here on the right, and you can see it compared to the Arrma Nero Big Rock right out of the box. Now, my Traxxas E-Revo has hundreds and hundreds of dollars of upgrades to give it this look, as opposed to what you're getting with the Big Rock right out of the box. And you can see there are some similarities, but there are a lot of differences. And one other thing they were saying, it was very similar, that was released under the Traxxas Revo platform, is the Traxxas Summit, which had the capabilities of locking and unlocking the differentials, but they were using linkages, and it was a mechanical way of disengaging your differentials, as opposed to what the Arrma Nero is using, what's called the diff brain, which basically there are servos that lock and unlock your differentials utilizing your remote. So this is something new that's never really been done before. There is a circuit board that controls everything, and I thought it was really cool and something unique, and I was thinking about it for a while. And once they released the Big Rock platform, which really appealed to me as far as it looking like a pickup truck, looking like a monster truck, and I had the opportunity of seeing this in person at my local hobby shop, and I really think that this vehicle is a work of art. I just like how everything comes together on this vehicle. I really like the body style. I like that it mimics a monster truck, and it's just a very high class, high performance, artistic style looking vehicle. All the components are really heavy duty. Now, there are plenty in-depth review videos out there that you can search on YouTube, but for this video, I'm just going to tell you why it appealed to me personally. And first off, let's just talk about the look of the vehicle. The body style looks great. It's a super thick, heavy-duty stock body, which I really like. I like how they put the body clip tethers on the body and incorporated the flat, black, matte finish on this body. It really looks cool, something that you've never really seen before. The chrome bumpers match nicely with the body, and also the accompaniment of the chrome wheels with the red hubs on the inside really makes the body pop. And under the hood, you can see it's just a very futuristic, very modern looking design. It has twin vertical plates for the chassis. They are made out of aluminum, and I just like how everything looks on this vehicle. You know that the batteries do load from the bottom. It has bottom loading battery compartments. And I really like the way they look too, guys. I mean, look at how these look. They're vented in the front to allow some air to come in there and cool everything off. I did hear some negative things about it, that if you go really big jumps, that your batteries could potentially fall out the bottom. I don't know until I get out there and drive them, but I really do like the design. And this is my second vehicle that has a bottom loading battery tray. You saw in my last video the Losi 10MT monster truck had a bottom loading battery tray, and I really like the design of that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this vehicle performs with dual bottom loading battery trays. So I like that feature, and a pair of 6,000 milliamp max amps fits in there like a glove. And overall, the design of this truck is just amazing. Now, as far as the electronics in this vehicle goes, I believe the ESC is a rebranded Hobby Wing, but it's under the Arma BLX category, and this is a 150 amp electronic speed control accompanied by the 2000 kV motor. And it does run the XT90 plugs on the ESC. And one thing I wanted to touch on is, as you can see, the electronic speed control does have a capacitor built into it, but there is an inline capacitor soldered onto the ESC wires, which I was very surprised to see. At first glance, they look like capacitors, but they're actually glitch busters. And it appears that there's 4 of them, 1 for each servo. I think that Arma was having some issues with the buzzing of these servos, considering there are 4 servos on this truck. There's 1 servo for the front diff, a servo for the center, a servo for the rear, and a steering servo. And I can imagine that all of those servos working together, plugged into the same receiver, into the diff brain, you were getting some buzzing issues. So I don't know if it was an afterthought. I don't think I've ever seen this on any of the breakdowns online, but it is running an external capacitor as well as an external inline glitch buster for this vehicle. So I was very surprised by that. So just take into mind that if you are going to solder on new connectors onto the ESC, don't cut off too much of the wire, because you do have an inline capacitor that's soldered right into the ESC positive and negative wires, which I have switched over to my Castle 6.5 millimeter connectors, because I am going to be running max amps batteries. These are dual 3S 6,000 milliamp 100C batteries, guys. So I'm super excited to get these batteries in here. I've soldered on my new connectors, and I'm ready for some max amps power. Should really soup this thing up. Overall, I really like the beefed up design of this truck. As you can see, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. At the price point of this vehicle, it's right around the same price as a Traxxas E-Revo. And as you can see, you're getting a lot of look out of the box with this truck. Now, whether or not it's durable, I'll have to get out there and see, but I really like the innovation gone into this truck, and I really like the overall design, and I'm pretty happy with it, and hopefully we'll be out there driving it very soon. So I didn't want to make this video too long, guys. I just wanted to share with you the newest addition to my RC family. There will be plenty of running videos coming soon, but for now I just wanted to share this with you guys and hope you guys enjoy the newest addition. I really suggest you getting out there to your local hobby shop. Go check out the Arrma Big Rock. This vehicle is beautiful, and I just can't wait to get out there and drive it. So I hope you guys are all making it happen in your RC worlds. Don't forget to support Everyday RC by liking and subscribing. And for now, this is Chris, the Everyday RC guy, saying thanks for watching.